Hi everyone, my name is Christy and welcome to my Trying a New Makeup Product Everyday series. Today I'm so excited to try out this Ofra eyeshadow palette. This is the Ofra Cosmetics Signature Palette in Symphony, and I got this in my August 2022 BoxyCharm Premium Box, which if you still haven't seen that unboxing video, that is up here on my YouTube channel so that you can see all of the products that I got in that box this month. But I love trying out Ofra products. Ofra makes, of course, incredible highlighters, and this eyeshadow palette has a little highlighter in it as well. It says it's featured and inspired by their Blissful highlighter. So classic Ofra packaging here, and we've got 5 shades. Here is the Blissful highlighter shade, which looks so beautiful, and then we've got, actually this one I think looks maybe like a potentially metallic, kind of hard to tell. This one maybe a little bit shimmery metallic, and then 2 matte shades. So I think we've got to start out with some swatches. Oh, that's not as pigmented as I was expecting. Pretty. Oh my gosh. The texture of Ofra highlighters is so buttery and incredible, especially compared to those eyeshadows, which feel so chalky in comparison. I wish they made the eyeshadows, oh yeah, like this one feels rough compared to the smooth, buttery highlighter. I wish their eyeshadows were in that same formula. Like that does not seem to be very pigmented. That one actually seems very nice. Yes, I'm not sure how I feel about these matte shades. They're very dry. Ooh, that more shimmery shade is better. The highlighter is incredible. The matte, like nothing. Oh, and then a gorgeous metallic. There's just such a variance in the formulas. Like, look at that. The highlighter, the metallic, but then the dull matte shades. And so, just like I do with every eyeshadow palette, I'm going to test these out with and without an eyeshadow primer. And so I'm going in with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. And I'm just going to blend this all over one of my eyelids. Maybe this will help those matte shades that seemed pretty lacking pigment. Maybe they'll show up a little bit better on top of the primer, a little bit more vibrant. And I am going to start with the beautiful highlight shade, just picking it up with my finger. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the brow bone, and like I only need to use a little bit. I'm using a clean finger now to blend it out because it goes on so intensely bright and pigmented and opaque. So it's so beautiful on the brow bone here, very brightening for that inner corner. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and also apply some to my cheeks because it's so beautiful. This Blissful champagne shade, almost a little bit of like rose gold to it as well. It's so smooth and bright. Oh my gosh. Okay, that looks incredible on my cheek as well. It's that very metallic, reflective glow that's not glittery or shimmery. This is exactly what I like in my highlighters. And even though this is like an eyeshadow, it is so smooth. It's melting into the skin. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and apply it now to the other cheek. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite highlighters I have used in a while. It's just exactly what I want. Glowy without that sparkle, and so skin-like that it's obvious I have highlighter going on because of that glow, but you can't detect it on the skin texture-wise. It's so smoothing, melted into my skin. Gorgeous. Then we'll finish off the brow and inner corner highlight on this eye as well. So quick and easy to do. Love how it applies everywhere with my finger. All right, and so now I guess a good use for the more dull matte shade is as a crease transition shade. So I'm going to pick up a fluffy brush and start out with this rosy matte shade here. Yeah, like there is no kickback, and that's kind of a sign to me that it's a very stiff, kind of hard to blend, not super pigmented eyeshadow formula. But for this crease transition area here, I don't need it to be too pigmented. Just trying to blend out evenly, start to ease into the colors that I'll put on the lid. And actually for this purpose, this shade is fine. It's definitely subtle, but fine for the transition area. Let's see if there's any difference as I apply it now on the eye without the primer. Yeah, I feel like it's not showing up as much without the primer, and it barely showed up with the primer, but it's kind of just disappearing into my skin, it feels like, as I'm blending it on this eye. So I definitely think a primer is needed with these matte shades. But okay, let's move on to a different shade. I mean, even what appears to be the darkest shade here, it barely showed up in the swatch. So I'm going to pick some of this up now. Yeah, once again, no kickback. And I'm going to focus this right into the crease. Try and build up some dimension here. And oh, it's hard to blend. It's going on kind of patchy. I mean, it's definitely able to deepen up the crease, which is, I guess, my best use for this since it's hard to blend and not super pigmented, but enough to create some dimension here. It's crazy that a shade this dark in the pan is literally not showing up at all on the eye without the primer. Let's try and build it up, blend it out. It is definitely hard to blend. It does look patchy, but maybe I can make up for that with the shimmers and kind of distract from these matte shades. I'm like sweating. I gotta put my hair off of my neck right now. I'm glad I swatched all the shades because I think based off of how pigmented they swatched, I'm gonna pick up this one as my darker metallic shade to focus in the outer section of the lid. Oh, now that is beautiful. I'm gonna put this in like the outer third. This applies so easily, just lightly tapping with my finger, I get full opaque color. And it's almost like a duochrome with a plum shade and a gold shift, a gold sheen. So pretty, a very unique color. It does look nice with those matte shades. I love how cohesive this palette is. And then I'll finish off the lid with this metallic purple shade, which I say metallic, but it's not super shiny. It's more like a satin, kind of, but a really pretty shade of like purpley pink. Not quite as pigmented as that other duochrome shimmer, but better than the mattes. That's pretty, a very pretty purpley eyeshadow look. But as far as a full-on purple eyeshadow look, it's not too like intense. It's more easy to wear. I like the different textures and tones going on. So now I've used all of the shades in the palette, but for the fun of it, I want to take, I think my favorite shade in the palette aside from the highlighter, this shimmery shade on the end, and apply that along the lower lash line. And I think this will help pull the look together. Oh, this is such a pretty shade on the lash line. I have green eyes, and I feel like this purple is really helping to make the green eyes pop. And this shade on the lower lash line still shows up shimmery. You can see that gold, but it really does help to complete the look. And there we have it. I like this finished look. Sometimes I'll try out an eyeshadow palette and be like, there are so many different looks I could create, so many directions to go in. This one, however, I feel like there's not many looks to create with it. You're really stuck with a purple kind of look. And luckily I do really like purple. It's probably one of my favorite color of eyeshadows to wear, especially because I have green eyes. Purple complements green eyes. But because it's not the most versatile palette, I don't see myself using this all that often. But in the end, I am happy with my look here. So with the primer versus without it, with the shimmery shades, I can't really notice a difference anymore. No issues with creasing on either of the eyes. So all in all, it's pretty good. The highlighter is incredible. Love it on my cheeks, my eyes. So I'll definitely continue using the highlighter for those purposes. The eyeshadows, I don't think I'll be using quite as often. But let me know if you've tried this palette out. Let me know what you think of it. And as always, thank you so much for watching my video today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can see the makeup that I try every day. And I will see you tomorrow in my next video.